3 men were arrested earlier this week in connection to a shooting outside an apartment complex in Virginia that left a mother and a baby dead and 3 others wounded. The incident occurred at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday evening on the 27th of April, located outside the Belt Atlantic Apartments in the 4000 block of Midlothian Turnpike in Richmond. The authorities quickly responded to the scene, where officers found 2 women, 2 teenage girls, and a 3-month-old baby suffering from gunshot wounds. The infant's mother, 30-year-old Shanez Hill, was pronounced dead at the scene. The other 4 victims were taken to a hospital, and they all survived except for the baby girl. 3 men were arrested Wednesday night and charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Additional charges are pending, and investigators believe at least 2 more people are responsible. The authorities have video surveillance footage to help with their investigation, and they believe that none of the shooters live in the nearby apartments. The authorities said the victims were in a courtyard enjoying the sunshine when they got caught in the crossfire between the 2 groups of shooters. Investigators believe that based on the bullet holes, the first group of shooters were targeting an apartment rather than a person. It's believed that the second group then retaliated, returning fire. 50 bullet casings were found, and at least 3 guns were used, including an assault rifle. The investigation into the shooting continues as the authorities look to track down further suspects. A man was sentenced to life in prison on Wednesday for murdering his brother in a frenzied stabbing attack just days before his own wedding. The incident occurred on the 12th of June 2019. 59-year-old Bernie Robbins had invited his 61-year-old brother Greg Robbins over to his house in Buderim, Queensland, Australia for his wedding. His brother had travelled from Perth in Western Australia to attend his brother's special occasion. The men had been drinking on the patio of the house Bernie shared with the woman he was due to marry, Sally Doring. They were talking about general matters before they began bickering over trivial things. Bernie's daughter and both men's partners were inside the unit at the time. Tension started rising when Bernie got into a heated argument with his brother about family matters. Because of all the fuss and carrying on, Bernie's fiancée threatened to call off the wedding, which sent Bernie into a fit of rage. Bernie swore at his brother and told him to go back to Perth before telling him he didn't want him at the wedding. The family tried separating the two, and Bernie slammed the door and threw objects at Greg across the table. As Greg and his partner were walking out the garage at 10 p.m, Bernie went ballistic. The madman grabbed a knife and stabbed his older brother 7 times. Greg received significant stab wounds to his chest, his back, and his upper stomach. No one saw Bernie get the knives, but a chef's paring knife and a white handle knife with a long blade were found on the garage floor. During an emergency services call, Bernie's daughter could be heard saying, "Stop it, stop it." After the stabbing, Bernie seemingly attempted to help his brother by keeping him awake and telling him to stay with me. Greg was rushed to the Sunshine Coast University Hospital, but died while undergoing emergency surgery. Bernie was arrested and body cam footage captures him telling police that his brother's always been an arsehole in the family. A series of violent outbursts is then heard from inside the police vehicle. A breath test indicated that Bernie had a blood alcohol level of 0.182 at the time of the stabbing, while his brother was 0.217. In court, Bernie's defense argued that he was being provoked and his brother started throwing punches. The next thing he knew, he was in a headlock, getting strangled and unable to breathe before he stabbed his brother. Despite the argument, the jury found Bernie guilty of his brother's murder and was handed a life sentence in prison.